So now everyone should be able to see my screen. Can you see my screen at home? Give me a thumbs up if you can see. Good, great. Okay, so the very first thing we're going to look at is Oseh Shalom. And this is great for the High Holy Days, but also for Shabbat. So we'll go over it together, and it might already be familiar. So first, I'm just going to play it so that you can hear what it sounds like. Oseh Shalom, Shalom Imromav, Hu Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Ve'yimeru Amen. Hu Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Amen. Ve'al kol Yisrael. Amen. So, let me first get a show of hands if this is familiar to anybody, if you've heard this before. Great, good, a lot of people have. Good, good, good. Okay. So now I want to go back and go over each part a little bit more slowly. So first I'll just play the melody for the first like line and a half. Okay, that is the first 5 measures. And with the words it sounds like this. Oseh Shalom, Shalom Imromav, Hu Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu. And now going on to the next part. So that will take us up to the beginning of the 3rd line. Now I'm going to go back and add the words to that part. Ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'yimeru amen. So now let's go back and try that whole first section together. And if that's a little bit too fast, because I am going kind of fast here, have no fear, because all the videos will be available after this so that you can go home and listen as many times as you want. So starting at the beginning. Oseh Shalom, Shalom Imromav, Hu Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al kol Yisrael, Ve'yimeru Amen. And I'll just point out one thing, which is that right here in the second line, about halfway through, right before the word Yisrael, you see a symbol, which is a rest. And that just lets you know that something has to happen before you say Yisrael. So I'll start right at that part one more time. Ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen. And now we're up to the section that has a box before it and says B, starting with Hu Ya'aseh. So first I'll just play the melody without the words. Oh, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now let's try that part with the words. And if you already know this melody and you want to jump right into singing, go right ahead. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oseh Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Amen. And now we're to the very last line, and I'll explain exactly how this last line works. But first, let's just hear how it sounds. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this time with the words. So we had just finished 1, 2, 3, 4. Ve'al kol Yisrael. Amen. So you'll notice with that very last line that there is a symbol at the very beginning, which looks kind of like a circle with a cross through it. And that symbol tells us when that last line is going to come in. So you'll see at the end of the previous line, it says D period C al coda with that same symbol. And what that means is we're going to start da capo at the top of the piece. And then when we get to that symbol, the second time through, we are going to go to the last line. So we're going to sing the whole song minus the last line, go back, sing the whole song up until we see that matching symbol right here, and then we're going to jump down to the very last line. So I'll go through it one time the way that we would sing it in a service. Oseh Shalom, Shalom bimromav, Hu Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen. Hu Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Amen. We're going back to the top. Oseh Shalom, Shalom bimromav, Hu Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen. And now it says go to the coda, so the very last part. Ve'al kol Yisrael.